Retell the Story Part 1. A university professor gives a lecture discussing the possibility of life on Mars, with Mars soon to pass very close to Earth. Its timely topic, interest in life on Mars, has been around for over 150 years, starting when Italian astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli mapped what he called canali on Mars in 1877 in Italy. Canali means channels, but many misunderstood it as meaning artificial canals, sparking ideas of Martian civilization with irrigation system. While most scientists didn't believe that, many still thought Mars might be a cold, dry version of Earth with ice caps, an atmosphere, and perhaps even plant life. Then, in the 1916, NASA Mariner mission changed that picture. The image revealed a surface more like the Moon, covered in craters. The polar ice caps and atmosphere were made almost entirely of carbon dioxide, and the atmosphere was incredibly thin, just 1% of Earth. What looked like seasonal plant growth turned out to be just dust storms. Still, Mars remained fascinating. It had huge volcanoes, massive canyons, and signs that liquid water had once flowed on its surface. And because proving life doesn't exist is much harder than proving it does, scientists keep searching. In 1976, the Viking mission included 3 biology experiments to search for Martian life. Each test involved Martian soil and looked for signs that microorganisms were eating, breathing, or releasing gas. But none of the tests gave a clear result. In the end, scientists concluded that the result could all be explained by non-living chemical reaction. Later, attention turned to the past, and evidence showed Mars once had much more water. Maybe life existed long ago, but died out as the planet became less hospitable. In 1984, scientists found a Martian meteorite in Antarctica, named HLE 84,001, and said it were three clues suggesting ancient life. Organic molecules common in that organism, minerals like those made by earth bacteria, and tiny shapes that might be fossilized bacteria. These clues were all close together in the row, making them hard to dismiss. While these findings are promising, scientists agree that more research is needed. Missions like NASA Phoenix may help us uncover the truth. Part 2. A drama professor gives an overview of No, a traditional form of Japanese theater that's been around for about 600 years. No is a very stylish and symbolic kind of a drama, based mainly on song and dance. It's known for being quiet, elegant, and deeply artistic. Qualities described by the Japanese word yugen, which means mysterious and deep beauty. No plays usually have a one-man actor who wears a special mask and performs with the help of a small chorus and a secondary character. The language used is old and hard to understand even for Japanese people today. The stage is very simple, a square platform with a painting of a pine tree in the background. One side has a long ramp that represents the path between the real world and spiritual world. Also, church plays under the stage help make the sounds richer. Not developed from two older performer styles. Sangaku find entertainment from China, juggling, dancing, and magic. Dangaku serious Japanese religious performance. In the 14th century, a father and son named Kanami and Xiami combined these two forms to create No Nagaku. Xiami was especially talented like Japan's version of Shakespeare, and some of his notes still exist today. Na got support from powerful leaders called shogun, who helped organize and standardize the art. Over time, a typical No program was set to include 5 plays a day. There are about 200 No plays, and they fall into two main types. One, realistic No Gensai No. The story is about real person and show their emotion in real time. Two, fantasy No Mugen No. The main character is a ghost, god, or spirit, and the story often comes from old Japanese literature. A famous fantasy by a Lady Aoi, based on the novel The Tale of Genji. In this play, a ghost possesses a woman and Buddhist monk performs an exorcism. Noh combines dance, music, poetry, and chanting. The rhythms and pacing are unusual. Sometimes a moment takes a minute, or a long time passes in seconds. Even though actors move slowly, they can become so emotionally intense that your heart rate skyrockets even while standing still. Part 3. The professor talked about perspective, which is how artists make a flat painting look three-dimensional. There are two main types. One, aerial perspective. This is about how the air or atmosphere affects how we see distant things. For example, far away mountains look larger and hazier. Realistic and impressionist artists use this effect. An example is the painter Turner, who saw how art changed the look of landscape and buildings. 2. Linear perspective. This is how things look smaller as they get farther away. Think about train tracks or telephone poles. They seem to get closer together until they meet a vanishing point on the horizon. A simple object like a cube can have 1, 2, or 3 vanishing points depending on how you look at it. 1 point if one side of the cube faces you, 2 points if you see a corner of the cube, 3 points if you look at it from above or below too. The kind of perspective is easy to see in buildings and man-made objects, but natural scenes still follows perspective rules even without clear lines. Ancient artists didn't understand how to drape deep accurately. For example, in Egyptian and medieval art, closer people were just drawn large or lower on the canvas, but there was a narrow understanding of vanishing points that changed during the Renaissance of time of scientific discovery. A Florentine architect, Filippo Brunelleschi, figured out how perspective works by doing optical experiments. He made an accurate drawing of Crunch San Giovanni Baptistery, added a pipoli, and showed people how will it match and the real thing using a mirror trick. Artists like Donatello used Brunelleschi's methods, and these ideas spread across Europe. Meanwhile, artists in the Netherlands, like Jan van Eyck, developed aerial perspective to show dimming using color and light changes.